Hi guys, Pete Mazaris, Home Inspector Mentor, here to answer the question posed by Rosa on my channel about back office systems and creating a system. So first off, let's define what a back office task is. So in my definition, back office task would be the administrative tasks that are taken when a inspection is booked. Okay, so that would be things that include the the email that would go out with the inspection agreement for the client to sign, authorizing the inspection and getting your insurance coverage for that inspection, along with a link to or the actual invoice. So a manual back office system would be creating the inspection agreement with the client's name and the property address in it, along with the price and the services requested, and creating that in a template, and then attaching an invoice that would be created manually from a template with the payment instructions, and then emailed manually to the client before the inspection. Would be a manual system, the way I did it for years. A automated back office system would do that automatically once the client's information and the services and the price were entered into the database for the system that the inspector is using. Okay, and so that would be the first typical back office thing that's initiated. Then if there's any scheduling to be done by the inspector, for instance, if you're a one-person operation, then you have to enter that inspection into a calendar, so you keep track of when you have to do an inspection and when you have availability to book another inspection. Okay, that's considered back office. Can that be automated? Certainly, when you input the initial information into a automated back office system. Otherwise, you'd have to do it manually, like I did for years. Back in the Stone Age, we would keep a calendar book and physically write in the appointment into that calendar book, and then we migrated to a Google Online Calendar. And these back office systems that are automated are connected to some type of calendar system that some of them can integrate with the Google Calendar. Once the inspection is performed, the report is compiled, then it can be emailed if it is a document that could be PDF file created, and that would be an automated and a manual process to email that, if payment has already been accepted. And payment, if it's accepted by check, a manual system, then that would allow for the inspector to go ahead and release the report, either manually via an email, or if it's an automated system, the report is compiled and then resided on a server for the commercial reporting systems, whatever server that report would be residing on, and encoded for that client. If payment has been released, then a email would go out automatically to notify the client and possibly the realtor that the report is ready and accessible via a link to that file, that report, on a server. Okay, that would be an automated way to perform that task, which again is an administrative task. After that, if the inspector wants to follow up with the client or the realtor, that could be a manual email to the client asking to see if there's any questions or any issues, and to contact the inspector. Otherwise, can that client give the inspector a Google review, and then the link would be embedded in that email. So that could go out manually via a template, or it could be automated to go out automatically after X amount of days upon publishing of the report. And so those are some of the common systems. Another common system, of course, would be the method for collecting payment online. You know, in the old days, we would collect payment via check or cash on site, or these days, take a credit card. And so that automated email, whether it's manual or automated, can go out with a link for that customer to pay that. So these manual back office systems are certainly doable, and you know, today may be a little antiquated, but there's no harm in starting out with a manual system that you run yourself. Otherwise, you would have to engage with a report writing system, commercially available system that has a back office process that's automated. Or if they don't, then you can engage with a third-party back office system that would bolt on to the commercial reporting system, such as ISN is the most common one. It's the one that's been around for a long time. So to create your own automated system would probably be difficult, I guess, unless you're savvy with programming and different databases and setting something like that up. Otherwise, you know, I would recommend that as you're investigating which commercial software system to use, you have to understand what their back office process is, and if it's an additional cost, or if it's included with their licensing fee that you can either purchase on a monthly basis or an annual basis in order to use their inspection report writing software, as well as their automated back office system that is included. So hope that clears up, Rosa, that question. To create your own automated back office system that pulls all that together would probably, you know, be beyond the scope of many home inspectors. And so many home inspectors will rely on those commercial systems that I just mentioned. And otherwise, if you're using a manual system, you certainly just do everything manually until you get busy enough to justify automating it. So hope that helps.